Hello, beautiful travelers. Welcome back to the Space Age. If this is your first time here on this channel, welcome to Space Age Tarot. This is a place where I give pick-a-card readings, and in today's pick-a-card reading, we're going to be looking at August 2021. So the major themes, the blessings, the obstacles, the adventure, the fun, the love, all of that. And if you guys are watching this outside of August, that's totally fine. This is timeless as well. So we have 5 piles today. We have pile 1, pile 2, pile 3, pile 4, and pile 5. The timestamps are below, and take as much time as you need selecting one or more piles. Meditate on the cards, all you need, and I will see you in your reading. Hi Group 1, let's begin your reading. So you guys chose this pile, which has the sodalite. So it deals with logic, instincts, rationality. So rational thinking is heightened at this time. And then we have, for your fortune card, the Harlequin. So it says true feelings are masked. What I'm seeing for you guys with the combination of sodalite and the Harlequin is that at this time, Spirit is asking you to use logic in dealing with a certain situation or person rather than your heart and feelings. This is asking you to analyze the situation because a lot of you guys might have been trying to use your intuition, and you might have felt that you were getting an unclear answer because you're kind of not trusting your intuition clearly. So Spirit is saying at this time, if you're having trouble trusting your intuition about a certain thing, then a great way to go about it is to assess the situation logically, because all of the pieces are there for you to figure it out and then put the pieces and connect the dots, you know? So that's like a message coming through. And there's also another message coming through with this for August, which is that you guys should be, there's like a garbage collector driving by. I don't know if you guys can hear it, but if it's disturbing you, that's what it is. So what I'm seeing with this as well, with true feelings are masked, is that Spirit is asking you to also conceal something if that's your situation. So there's 2 things. So some of you guys might be dealing with the first situation, but the second situation would be that you guys have something that you've been wanting to say, something you've been wanting to get off your chest, but Spirit is saying like it's a period of time in August where you might want to keep those feelings to yourselves. You might want to withhold that information because it's not really the time for that. It's not really the time for you to go ahead and just like reveal something. Maybe you're making a career change, or maybe you're, thinking about ending a certain relationship or asking for different levels in a certain relationship. And Spirit is saying like at this time in August, the energy is telling you like, let's just hold back on that because it might be too rash and there might not be enough logic involved in what's going on with this decision. And then we also have this Knight of Swords that came through for you guys, which is also talking about making a rushed decision. I'm seeing this as going towards this true feelings being masked, and I feel like Spirit is saying like, don't rush it. There's something that you might want to do, but don't rush it. When I see this masked thing, I see like the purple that's around this this mask makes me think of like potatoes. Have you seen sweet potatoes when they start growing that stuff? Like it's poisonous, but it's also like how they grow. Like if you were to plant those, you could plant new sweet potatoes. And when I see this like purple like wire around this mask, I think of like that stuff, and it kind of makes me feel kind of icky. So I feel like this is for your benefit because there might be someone around you who's kind of poisonous, kind of icky, and they're trying to grow based on, they're trying to grow based on what it is that you have, because they kind of observe you and they kind of watch you, and they might even have a mask on. They might pretend. It might be someone near. I'm not trying to make it sound like really like spooky or anything, but the energy from this card is like pretty it's pretty dense, saying like there might be someone who's like, fake around you, that might be trying to observe your behaviors or listen in on what it is that you're doing. And you won't even have to concern yourself with this in August if you just kind of conceal things to yourselves, because Spirit's just letting you know, like, those people are kind of listening in, pretending to be something that they're not. And so at this time, Spirit is saying, just like, let's just be patient. Let's not rush anything. Let's not, that doesn't mean don't do things. Like, let's say you have like a job that's being offered to you and you want to take that job. That's totally fine. Don't like worry about like rushing into a contract. I mean, that Spirit is saying like, think about this. Let's hold off on anything, any rash decisions. But Spirit is also saying like, let's be mindful of like who's around us right now in August. And then we also have the 9 of Swords here, which gives me the energy here that a lot of you guys might be feeling a little disconcerted right now. And what's going on is that in August, you guys are kind of like overcoming some kind of obstacle, kind of like almost like a jockey here. I see like a horse jockey, and like you jumping over some obstacles here and coming over like a lot of like burdens that have been in your past. You guys have been like contemplating a lot of things recently and trying to figure out how to do all of it. And I'm seeing that the stress is actually also kind of like this poison here. You guys need to like stop putting the pressure on yourselves. I'm seeing that in August, Spirit is asking you like to ease off the pressure. So I see in August, like, you guys are kind of being led to be more patient, more calm. And then we have the Strength card here. And I feel like that's totally what August is about for you guys. You guys are going to be feeling super calm. That's when I said Kong, because I was about to say after that, you guys seem like the king of the hill. So you guys are really climbing to the highest tower and like overcoming a lot. I'm seeing that for you guys in August. It's going to be pretty exciting for you guys because it's almost like you're making moves in silence in August. That's what you're kind of being urged to do, make moves in silence. And it's going to be this quiet energy because there's a strength that Spirit is trying to tell you right now, that there's a strength in keeping things to yourself. And it's that like, you build more momentum because less people are thinking about what you're doing and less people are putting energy into the cosmos about what you're doing. So you get all the reign to put the energy into the cosmos for yourselves, to back it up for yourselves. So what's going to happen for you in August is that in August, some major accomplishment is going to come through and everyone's going to see it. And you're going to look super humble in a way. Like you're going to look really humble with this Strength card. I'm seeing that a lot of you guys are going to be like, people are going to look at you in awe. People are going to look at you in awe. And they also have the Hanged Man reverse. Yeah, this is Spirit saying like, just hold off temporarily because it's just the situation you're in right now. Like you don't want to hold off for too long, but in August, it's just like conserving your energy, conserving your information for you. And that's like your greatest strength in August, because I'm seeing that there's going to be something that you're going to be celebrated for in August. And when it comes out, like people like your enemies or people that are like watching you and just trying to see what you're doing, people that are just super nosy, are going to be so in awe, and they're not going to have anything to do with it. They're not going to have like had an effect on you at all. Yeah, let's get some more info from Spirit. So what else is happening for you guys in August 2021? Okay. We have Virgo, the Alchemist. Okay, there we go. Some zooming in. Okay. We have Virgo, the Alchemist. That's amazing. So I'm seeing that a lot of you guys are going to be freeing yourselves from a lot of the constraints of other people. The Alchemist is really telling me that August is really about manifestations coming through for you. Things that might have never come in, like this year, you might have been manifesting for a while, and Spirit is saying like it's finally going to come out for you. Everything's going to align itself perfectly for you in perfect harmony. So I'm sensing that in August, a lot of you guys will be stepping into your power and really falling into alignment with everything that you want and need. And that has to do with the patience here that's been cultivated. We have the Strength card, which is really indicative that you guys have like overcome a lot and tamed a lot. So it's going to be a lot about restraint here. There's a lot of restraint here, and the restraint has to do with mastering like what's going on mentally, because there are going to be a lot of thoughts in August that might be like trying to come into your head. And the greatest success in August, like that's like the major obstacle, just keeping your thoughts even and steady. But what I'm seeing in August for you is that you guys are going to be overcoming that flawlessly with the Strength card. So yeah, you guys are really going to be mastering this like skill, okay? So I'm seeing a major celebration, and then also you guys feeling like you have it all together. You'll kind of find that like the less you talk to people about anything, the more powerful you feel. Because when you imagine an alchemist, like imagine like an actual like alchemist back in the day, or like in a story, like when an alchemist is working, usually they're like very like hermit-like. They're very like solitary. They have an apprentice perhaps, but ultimately they're working at it alone. We have opposition, balance. Okay, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like there's a level of opposition that you don't have to face just by kind of going behind the scenes. So that's why I'm saying don't worry about this, because Spirit is just telling you like, let's go behind the scenes. Let's just, let's not show anyone what's going on behind the scenes. I almost see like kind of like a magician behind the curtain, like this opposition in the Virgo alchemist. It's like behind the curtain, you're working, you're making the moves in silence in August. And that is where you're going to be facing a little bit of opposition that you're kind of going to be avoiding. And then at the end of this, you guys are going to have like a major success that comes to light. So this might be during August as well for some of you guys, but this might be like in September, because we have Virgo here, and Virgo it's in September that Virgo begins. So for some of you guys, this might be Virgo season. You guys might be Virgos. You guys might be experiencing like a Saturn return, I just heard. And yeah, I'm sensing that there's like a major success that's coming. And it's like almost as if Spirit wants you to surprise everyone, because there probably are people talking about you, because I sense that like there are some people that might have like a fake mask on and they're like smiling at you, but really like there's like nothing there really. They're just kind of maybe jealous, or maybe they're not even jealous. Maybe they're just curious and they're just kind of nosy. But I'm sensing that a lot of you guys are just going to show everyone in August. You're going to show everyone up, and you're going to tell everyone like who you really are, but you don't even really have to with the Strength card, because again, I sense humility, like you rising to the top, and people feeling like, I sense charisma in August. Actually, there's a sense of charisma here where you just look super cool because you didn't really tell anyone anything, and then it's like it just springs up on them, and you just seem really cool because you just come out the other side and you look like this Strength card, like really calm. You kind of mastered all of these thoughts. Like you guys might have been facing some thoughts that have been like trying to get you down, or like worries about people. And August is about you focusing on you. That's really like the essence of it, the theme. I affirm that all life is sacred. Okay. We have the dragonfly here. So I'm sensing that a lot of you guys are going to be feeling like going inward, feeling like going out into nature, being peaceful, being rejuvenated, finding your true essence. I do see like a physical transformation for you guys. I sense that some of you guys might be transforming your style. I sense like a stylistic change as well. There's something that's just changing in you. There's something alchemizing in you. So this might not be something, for some of you guys, you might not be working on any major projects, but maybe you guys are changing your style up, and people are just going to be watching, and they're going to kind of look to you as like kind of a trendsetter. I am kind. Yeah, Strength card energy is coming through. We have another like beast that you've mastered here, where you might be faced with like snakes, lions, whatever, but ultimately you guys are coming through on the other side just being okay. Like no one else is bringing you down. No one can do anything to you. There's really nothing here that can stop you in August. I'm sensing that a lot of you guys have a lot of things that you guys have been just dealing with a lot in your head, and it's been so hard to just like filter everything out. But I'm seeing August, you've actually really overcome that. It's a major achievement for you, because that's the major theme in your spread here, that major achievement of strength, right? The mental strength is really what I'm seeing. This is a mental toughness that you've developed, and you guys are starting to rise to the top. I'm seeing a major rise. We have the alchemist here. That's like the magician. And I feel like that's like some very powerful energy and also I feel like that's just a great, as I mentioned at the beginning, a great way to manifest is just keeping things to yourselves. So you don't have to worry about what other people are thinking, like with this Nine of Swords here. You don't have to worry about what anyone is thinking, only you. So August is all about you focusing on you. And then when you do that, people are going to be observing from afar and they're going to be in awe, okay? So that's what I'm seeing for you guys for August, pile number 1. I hope you guys enjoyed that reading. And if you did, please be sure to like this video and I'll see you in the next one. Bye. Hi, group 2. Let's begin your reading. So you guys chose this pile with Bix Bite. So it deals with timing, action, and change. Timing is everything. Okay, this is all about, so I'm seeing divine timing is coming through here. So August is really about divine timing taking place. So I'm sensing already a theme for you guys. Oh, you will receive news from afar. Absolutely, that makes so much sense. This is your fortune card for August. I'm seeing for a lot of you guys that August is about receiving divine timing and feeling like the universe is rocking right there with you. And there are times in life when we really feel connected with the universe, and then there are times when we feel really, really connected to the universe. Like it feels like the universe is right there with us, and like we're the main character for them. Like the universe is like all about you, and I feel like that's what August is like. And you will receive news from afar gives me the indication that and we have this symbol which represents Mercury, right? So we have this message that is actually coming from the gods, right? Mercury being the god, Hermes, right? And this is coming to you with quickness. So what I'm seeing is that this is a major message, a major thing in your life that is coming for you. All right, so let's see what the tarot has to say. So as far as you receiving news from afar, I also sense this is major, again, because the sense I get from August and Bix Bite, the crystal card, is that you guys are going to be feeling as though something you've been praying for, manifesting. Yeah, we have the 3 of Wands here. Some of you guys have been dreaming a lot. You guys have been wondering where you're gonna go, who you're gonna do it with. You guys have been planning in your head, and you might have not ever thought it was gonna come true. You might have never thought that this would have happened or that steps would be put in place for you. But August is actually, oh, okay, we have cards coming through. Yeah, we have the 5 of Pentacles reversed here. And yeah, this is like the end of your money woes. I'm seeing this is the end of your money woes. If you've had money woes, or if you've had like material like problems, maybe your AC keeps breaking down or something. Maybe you guys are well off, but there's something material in your life that's been like woeing you, making you feel like everything's not okay. That's done. That's what Spirit is saying here. Oh my God, under that, okay, that came out together. We have the 5 of Pentacles reversed, and underneath we have the 10 of Cups. This is wish fulfillment. That's exactly what I said. Yeah, this is wish fulfillment. The universe is right there with you, making your dreams come true in August. That's freaking awesome. Yeah, you guys are having your dreams coming true. Okay, we have 7 of Cups reversed. Be clear about what it is that you want, right? That Pussycat Dolls song is coming through. Be careful what you wish for, because you just might get it. That song is coming through because you're being heard. There's something that you've cultivated with your energy. Maybe you've been meditating a lot, affirming, thinking, just being a natural human being, meditating your life. And there's actually been energy that's cultivated and series of events that have happened behind the scenes for so long that you might not have even known it. But as it's falling into place, Spirit is asking you to be very clear with what you want and don't hold back. I'm hearing don't hold back and don't be afraid either. And then underneath that, we have the 8 of Cups as well in reverse. Yeah, so there's going to be a major change and you're going to have to adapt to it. It's funny because we have the 7 of Cups reversed and the 8 of Cups reversed. Those are consecutive cards. So this is like you accepting the change. Like the 7 of Cups is like all these options that you have, and they could be anything. They could be good, they could be bad, who knows. You might stick your hand in that cup and a snake bites you. You might stick your hand in that cup and get like a handful of gold, right? And then the 8 of Cups deals with the changes that are occurring, and you know, change can be tumultuous, but I'm seeing that these are in reversed. And so what I'm getting from Spirit is actually that there have been a lot of times in your life when you're like, why do things fall into place like almost perfectly, but in such a way that I'm not satisfied? And so what I'm seeing is coming for you in August is satisfaction. Your dreams being fulfilled. There's going to be a step in the right direction where you feel like you're actually progressing towards your dreams. This is all about progression in terms of what you're dreaming about, what you're passionate about. So you guys should be expecting news from afar. You guys might be checking your emails, checking your texts, checking your mailbox, like, because there's some news coming here. Information. Maybe you guys are looking for a job, and that job is finally coming for you, that job that you dreamed about. Okay, and this might be steps toward that job. That might be like what you guys have just been hoping for, to get your foot in the door. This is all about getting your foot in the door and experiencing what it's like to get on the other side. Okay, so let's see what astrology cards are coming through for you in August. Okay. Yeah, we have Saturn, wisdom. Okay. So this is, okay, so I'm seeing that this has been time and practice for you guys. That's why this is coming through for you in August. This has been time and practice. This has been dedication. This has been hard work. This has maybe been blood, sweat, and tears for some of you. This has been you restructuring your life, implementing that discipline, implementing that structure, okay? Taking responsibility for yourself and understanding that you guys have this understanding. I'm seeing you guys have this understanding where you realize like, oh, like life's not going to do it for me. That's what that's telling me. You were like, life's not going to do it for me. I have to do it for me. I have to make the steps in my life. And Spirit is coming. I got I have chills all over my back, my arms, like, holy cow. And it's freaking hot in my room right now. So we have Mars action. Oh my freaking gosh. Yeah. That is freaking awesome. We have Saturn and Mars, 2 generally malefic planets. Okay. Those are, you know, in astrology, Saturn is definitely a malefic planet. I feel like, and then Jupiter is like the benefic male planet, but I feel like Mars, it's more of a malefic planet, yes, but I feel like it's in between. It's obviously in between like Saturn and Jupiter, but it leans a little more towards Saturn. And I feel like it kind of offers, when these two are together, I'm seeing a bite. I'm seeing that there's like something that's intense about this relationship, and this is showing me, especially with the 5 of Pentacles in reverse, like struggling with possibly money or relationships, something in your physical world, your dreams maybe not coming true like you had imagined, right? Like maybe they always kind of were like short of what you had wanted. Maybe things had always kind of been just one step away. And we have all of this coming through. You guys have worked for this. This is something that you've worked for. This isn't something that was handed to you in this incarnation of life. Maybe you guys signed that soul contract where you were like, okay, we're gonna have a challenge this lifetime. We're gonna deal with some stuffs, to learn these lessons, and you guys have overcome these lessons. You've overcome so much, and now your desires are coming through with quickness. Okay. Yeah, this deals with willpower. Yeah, and you implementing that discipline. You guys really worked hard for this. This was not an easy feat for you, and Spirit is proud of you. Okay, your spirit guides, your ancestors, angels, they're proud of you because this is coming through. You made this happen. Okay, no one could have made this happen for you. You did this yourselves. So that's why Spirit is saying, be very clear right now. Like, it's coming through right now, so be very clear. Like, don't, this is the time when things come through. So take everything that you want, take everything that you can. There's a step in the right direction. It's getting on the other side of that door. I spread joy. And then we have, I'm open to love in various forms. Yes, you're receiving right now. This is all about receiving. And it's receiving what you are, because I'm seeing with the Saturn and Mars, you guys have been perfecting yourselves. You guys got into that ring every day. You guys got into that ring and you guys boxed and you fought and you made sure that things were going to happen for you. I'm seeing that, you guys might not be all the way there. I'm not saying you guys are like perfect. Some of you guys may be perfect, but I'm seeing that you guys have implemented the discipline, the routines, and now this is coming from you. This is a message from the gods coming from you. And they want you to know that they're proud of you and that this is happening. I'm seeing you guys are finally getting that wish that you're dreaming of in August. I'm very happy for you. And just be in that state of joy, because I spread joy here is like saying be grateful for what's coming. Be so happy for it and just keep living in that state. Be there already. As you're hearing it right now, just be there. Be there in that wish state of the wish fulfilled, okay? Just stay in that place and keep giving that love to the world, okay? And allow it to just come. Don't, overthink it. I honestly feel like just like, after this reading, just space out and do something that you enjoy. That's a message that's coming through. Like, space out and do something you enjoy. Don't even think about this. You've already worked for it. There's no need to think about it any further. It's done. Okay. That's what I have for you guys. Group number 2. I hope you enjoyed this reading. And if you did, please be sure to like this video, and I will see you in the next one. Bye. Hi, group 3. Let's begin your reading. So you guys chose this really cool pyramid Amazonite. Right? And this deals with objectivity, filter, truth. Okay. So discernment, I'm seeing, is kind of a big theme for you guys. Figuring out what is good for you, what fills you with joy. Your abilities will be enhanced with the mystic circle in August. Okay. So I sense this with right here. It said something about filtering vibrations is what Amazonite does best from electromagnetic pollution, your thoughts. It also deals with Virgo and Uranus as well. And so I sense like an enlightening moment. We see detach from the outside in order to connect to the inside. Enlightenment feels real here with the mystic circle. And not that you're achieving enlightenment. Of course, I'm sure there's someone in the world right now in August who's going to become the Buddha and, reach nirvana, sure. But what I'm seeing is that there's going to be a lot of new revelations here that bring you closer to peace. And this deals with detachment. Because when you are attached to things, that is when you suffer. And you guys are going to be realizing this in August. And it's going to be a time where you feel comfortable detaching from your wants and desires that make you feel kind of, yucky. Like, sometimes when you want something so bad, it just makes you feel kind of yucky, because it actually kind of leads you to being inactive, is what I'm seeing. And so with your abilities being enhanced here, I'm seeing that you guys are actually going to be experiencing a lot of activity in August where you guys are going to be putting in a lot of energy and joy into the things that you love to do, into what you're passionate about. And it's not going to come from a place that it came from before. It's going to come from a place where you love doing it for doing it, not because you're attached to it, not because you are attached to the outcome of it. So I feel like there's going to be a lot of like revelations like that. Don't limit it to even that, because I'm seeing that there's going to be some like life limitations. I was gonna say life something else, but limitations just popped into my brain. Limitations being lifted, because being too attached to things, wanting things so badly, being so attached to desires can actually be like a limiting state of existence, where you feel limited because the reason why you're so attached to it, the reason why you desire it so much, and you feel like that kind of yucky feeling of like maybe fear that it's not going to happen, is because you fear it's maybe not going to happen for you, and you maybe don't trust the universe as much as you want to trust the universe. That's like a message coming through for some of you, where maybe you feel like you haven't trusted the universe enough that you can let go. So this is all about like cleaning up your electromagnetic field, because your point of attraction, your aura, it seems as though like in your aura, you guys might have been feeling like some pain, or like maybe feeling discouraged lately, because you might not have been experiencing all the things you've wanted. Maybe you're looking at your reality and you're like, oh my God, like why hasn't anything changed? Why don't I have that thing that I want, that person I want? And you guys are going to find yourself in a very happy place in August, because I'm seeing you guys are on this discovery path, like where there's a lot of mystical arts and information, esoteric knowledge, maybe some occult knowledge coming for you that's actually going to be brought to you in a perspective through somebody, you know, this is in reverse, but I don't know why I feel like it's supposed to be upright, but it popped out reversed. But I'm going to just say what the message comes through as. With the mystic circle, I feel as though, oh, snap. Yeah, no, I think it is supposed to be reversed. Yeah, obviously, that's why it came out that way. The mystic circle is taking on a whole new meaning with the Three of Pentacles, okay? But that's actually really cool. That's really cool what's coming for some of you guys in August. This is actually a very occult month for you in August. Very much getting secret knowledge. I'm seeing secret societies happening for you, because the Three of Pentacles deals with collaboration. And I felt like, that's why I was like, maybe it should be upright, because I felt collaboration from this card. I felt like a real collaboration, but in reversed, it kind of like takes on like more of a, like not an antagonal meaning, but like more of a meaning of like you kind of like deciding if you need to spend time with people. But what I'm actually seeing is that some of you guys might even be joining like a secret society. That's like for a very select few of you. Some of you guys might be finding other, like, I'm seeing for a lot of you, this is you connecting with other spiritual people in the physical world for the first time. For some of you guys may have never been exposed to people that are like-minded like you. You guys might not have been exposed to certain information, and normally you're used to experiencing this information via the internet. The only person that you experience like that talks like you, thinks like you, and thinks about the universe and all this kind of stuff is you sometimes. And so now there are actually going to be people that you're going to connect with. This might just be online, but they're actually going to be people that you're connecting with like on a deeper level. It's not just like responding to someone on some forum. It's like you guys might actually connect and like have a direct message and like talk to each other for a while. I mean, be safe, of course, but I see physical meeting with people. So this might not be exactly like a cult esoteric people. This might be soul family. I'm seeing like soul family coming through, like people that are like aware of themselves in that regard. Oh, it's interesting. We had the High Priestess underneath the deck as well. Yeah. So you guys are going to be and that has to deal with like secrets and uncovering things. This seems like a very spiritual month for you. But I'm seeing your auric field is changing in August. kind of an interesting reading for you guys, because usually I feel like the readings end up kind of being, not usually, but sometimes the readings kind of end up being more about like physical events, but I see so much going on spiritually for you guys that it feels, yeah, of course it leads this direction. We have the moon in reverse. Yeah, there's a lot of like deep stuff going on. This is like shadow work. This is all about the spiritual side of things. You guys are going to be learning about life and learning about death, cycles, all kinds of stuff. There's going to be so much esoteric knowledge. Some of you guys might be noobs too. This might not be something that you've explored before, and like suddenly you're going to find yourself very interested in August, because you might learn like some information that kind of leads you down a rabbit hole. Interestingly, that's, you know, it's also interesting, your abilities being enhanced. And like I was talking about detachment before, I was talking about detaching, and I've just been thinking about like the Buddhist concept of like detaching for you guys. And we have this mystic circle here, and I feel like this mystic circle reminds me of the cycles of samsara, which deals with like the cycles. If you guys don't know what that is, maybe that'll spur this movement, but the cycles of samsara are like these cycles of life and like basically states of existence one can occupy in this physical dimension. And how basically you're kind of like in a hellish place when you're detached. It's like a hellish kind of thing. It's a kind of hellish state to be so attached to things. Like people that are very attached, like, I mean, there's no judgment for anything like that, by the way. Just wanted to put that out there. But let's say you're someone who wants a lot of things, or if there's someone out there who wants a lot of things from life. They want this, they want that, they want everything, and it's okay to have desires, right? It's okay to like want things and prefer things in life. But when your life becomes consumed with that, it makes you feel like you're in this hellish cycle. And so the only way to kind of free yourself from that cycle is to be detached and be like, okay, like, you know, maybe I prefer this thing, but you know, I'm okay without it. Like, you know, that kind of peaceful mode. So I'm seeing some of you guys might be learning some Buddhist principles. Maybe you guys will be visiting like certain temples or certain sites. But I'm sensing just like kind of like an occult month. We even have like the Scorpio kind of, actually, is that a Scorpio? A scorpion? Looks like a lobster, actually. But we have like the moon reverse, which has to deal with you facing some fears, facing your unconscious, what's going on the unconscious side of things, your shadow side maybe. And that's going to be, I'm seeing a beautiful experience, but I'm seeing, yeah, you're going to be meeting a person. Might just be one person, might be a few people. Oh yeah, you guys are going on an adventure. Full card is going on an adventure. Yeah, you guys are, this is all going this direction. You guys are going on a real adventure. I'm kind of like, wow, this is actually really exciting. You guys are going to be meeting people that maybe initiate you, and that doesn't mean like you guys will actually like join like a place. Initiation is kind of like a metaphorical thing in the way I'm saying it. Like you guys just might meet someone who's like-minded, and you guys have like your own group, kind of like in the craft, except it doesn't end poorly like the craft. But I'm just seeing like like-minded people coming through. There is like a little bit of a message to just be cautious, you know. We have the Temperance reversed. Maybe that's what that was coming through from. We have the Temperance reversed. Yeah, like, you know, feel free to dip your toes, but like, you know, and have fun. This is saying feel free to dip your toes and have fun, but also, you know, be practical, think about things. You're going to be experiencing a lot of information. And it's not even surprising because, interestingly, this Amazonite is in the shape of a pyramid, which also gives me like more like, you're going to be delving deeper into like what's going on spiritually. Let's get some astrology cards for you guys. Okay. Oop. Oop. Okay. Neptune dreams. Yeah, with the moon card coming through, that makes so much sense. Yeah, I'm sensing that a lot of you guys are going to be experiencing perhaps like something going on with your dreams. I feel like dreams are like the closest thing we can get, especially when we feel very far away to our mystical side, because you can just interpret your dreams and realize like how deep those things are. They're so deep. And for you guys might be meeting these people in the astral plane. That's why this meeting, this collaboration feels like it's in reverse, because there's something about it that feels like secret, esoteric. It feels like a secret meeting a little bit. So maybe you will be meeting someone in your dreams, like an actual person in your dreams. You might be astral traveling and meeting like an astral community. There might be you might astral travel and find yourself in a lucid dream, and then you meet someone who talks to you and they're like a lucid dreamer. If you've ever experienced that, talk about it in the comments. I want to hear you guys talk about that. That'll be awesome. Yeah, like that could be a pretty cool experience. I could totally see that happening. If you guys have experienced that, like, I don't hear anyone talking about that. But anyway, so you guys might be meeting someone in your dreams, and that's why like this I just see like a meeting, but it's like there's something about it. It's like a secret meeting, like I don't know, it's kind of cool. It feels like very secret society, like, you know. And a secret society can have like only like 3 people. It's about like what secrets you share in that particular group, you know. Then we have 8th house. Oh, yeah, that really deals with like a lot of like darker things, like the occult, you know. The occult isn't necessarily dark. The occult just means like things that are secret, you know, hidden knowledge, and that doesn't mean dark, you know. But this has to deal with like you guys kind of going the path least traveled. It doesn't necessarily mean a dark path for you. It doesn't necessarily mean a dark path. It could be a little darker because we have the moon reversed, dealing with like the shadow side, but ultimately it's like you guys are kind of going with where you're feeling comfortable. I'm seeing you guys feeling comfortable on this walk through meeting this new knowledge in August. So yeah, contracts, it has to talk with contracts, the underworld, Kundalini energy, inheritance, obsession, secrets, investments. So that's like a lot of themes that might be coming through, but it makes so much sense that the 8th house is coming through here. It makes so much sense. You guys are going to be learning so much. Cycles of samsara keeps popping into my brain. You guys learning about something about like the world and how this world like works is coming through. Like, yeah, if it takes you to a dark place, it won't take you there for long, because you're being told to remember that there's like a counterpart to everything. And so the knowledge you're seeking right now and in August is like really fun for you. I'm seeing you guys having fun with this and kind of being excited because you guys are encountering people that are really cool. I hold purity in high esteem. Yeah, you guys are definitely leveling up in. Yeah, I offer words of good intent as well. Yeah, you guys are going to be spiraling. This is a good thing. We have like lots of birds, like white birds. You guys might be seeing white birds, maybe in your dreams or something. But yeah, I see you guys kind of going down a rabbit hole and having a great time figuring it all out. There's like a lot of knowledge that you guys will be uncovering that's like real knowledge. Akashic records came through too when I saw the 8th house. Like you guys might be figuring out a way to get into them and maybe changing your soul contracts through that. That's another message coming through. But yeah, listen, hear people out, but also be discerning with the temperance reversed. That's what Spirit is saying. Don't be afraid to hear opposing opinions at this time. Don't be afraid of what, you know, information comes out there. Don't put fear out there at all, because fear is just a very low vibrational thing. And so if someone's like saying like some crazy like information, it doesn't mean you have to take it all in. Just go with what resonates. And you can tell the difference between ego and intuition by what feels more like love and what feels more like fear. So if you feel like afraid by any information, like if someone's saying like, oh my God, this is the world and it's so scary, like, and you feel terrified, you can't sleep or something, then that's not something you need to harbor in your spirit, because you guys have this card here. I hold purity in high esteem, which is Spirit saying like, hold the highest vibrational beliefs for you so that you can carry those out into the world and you can bring that good intent to the world. What you bring from this, like, do you see how this spiral is, this like snail shell spiral is going into her head? you going down this rabbit hole is saying like when you go down this rabbit hole, when you figure all this stuff out, you might learn some things that might seem like very, out there. But what you bring back is what's important, right? What you carry that through with is what's important, is what Spirit is saying. So yeah, that's what I'm seeing for you guys for August. I hope you guys enjoyed your reading, group number 3. And if you like this reading, please be sure to like this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye. Hi, group 4. Let's begin your reading. So you guys have the Moonstone, okay, which deals with nurturing, the divine feminine, and intuition. All right. So drawing power from the divine feminine. Okay, this connects you to your goddess energy, activates your intuition, boosts your clairvoyant gifts and metaphysical powers. Okay, so this is about balancing your energies. So maybe if you guys have been feeling like your energies have been skewing one direction, you're kind of being told to step into your divine feminine right now. Okay, we have serendipity. I love that. Bright new prospects are on the horizon. So what's coming for you in August beautifully is that there's going to be a series of fortunate events. You know, like that book, the series of unfortunate events? You're experiencing the opposite. You're experiencing serendipity, which has to do with experiencing a series of many positive, uplifting, great events. So lots of good luck for you in August, okay? And you have this beautiful fairy. I love fairies, don't you? Okay, so bright new prospects are on the horizon for you. Let's see what those things may be. Obviously, this is something in the orientation of what you enjoy and love. I'm seeing you guys feeling very light on your feet in August, feeling very connected with your feminine energy. We have like a lot of feminine energy here, and just feeling light and exploring your creative and wondering side. Ooh, so you have the Hierophant that came through. Yeah, that makes so much sense. So some of you guys might have been leaning, and then underneath the Death card, and then we have the Knight of Pentacles reversed. Okay, yeah, so some of you guys might have been leaning into convention for a long time, and you guys might have been in some kind of structure where you felt like you were being restricted, or you guys might have been falling back into like certain structures, like, maybe some kind of religion or some kind of way of life or thinking, and it's been making you feel really rigid and very structured, because the Hierophant deals with feeling very structured. This can be a really great card if you're feeling out of sorts, but I feel like this call to bring in more of that divine feminine energy and allowing all the serendipity to unfold has to do with you releasing control and relinquishing control. And in order for like serendipity to happen, it really has to be like this flow, right? And so Spirit, given this like really masculine card that came through, I'm sensing, and then also followed by Death, it's like you're kind of transforming from this place of being really like structured and rigid in one way of thinking. Maybe you're like, oh, I have to be this way, I have to operate in this domain all the time in order to get things going, and for things to be serendipitous, for things to go well for me, I have to make sure I'm always on top of things. I have to make sure wake up at this time, I eat at this time, I exercise at this time, I go to work and I do all this and I do this and this. You think you might have to do all these different things, adhere to these different structures. And I'm seeing in August that there's going to be like a veil lifted and a major transformation, because we have like these two major arcana cards, and like this is a major transformation for you guys, where you guys are going to be discovering that, I almost like cursed just now, but what's so interesting about the Death card is that you see a few characters on the Death card as well, and I believe this is the Emperor that shows up here. I think she comes from, I believe, the Strength card, or I can't remember which card that she comes from, but here we have the Hierophant. Yeah, that's the Hierophant. In the Rider-Waite-Smith deck, the Hierophant is depicted here, right? Oh, it's so weird. I'm seeing these two towers right now, and I thought of like the two towers in Lord of the Rings. that might be like a sign for you guys. I don't know why that's coming through, but we have the Hierophant here, right? We have the Hierophant here and the Hierophant here. And what's happening? Death to the Hierophant. He's already trampled this guy. He's going to get them too. That's what the Death card is doing. The Death card is coming for everybody. And so in August, it's kind of like the death of this Hierophant energy for you. And this is kind of freeing for you guys. Like the Hierophant isn't like this horrible card, you know, but for you guys, it's kind of been a card of restriction for you. I sense that there's been some kind of like blockage on like your powers in a sense, like, yeah, drawing power from the divine feminine. There's kind of been like some kind of, it's been so unbalanced for you for so long. And the moonstone really does deal with femininity because, you know, like we have the moon cycle, the all of that kind of stuff that deals with changing, maiden, mother, crone, like going through all these different phases. And I'm sensing that you're shifting out of this phase in August where rigidity is in place and you're allowing serendipity to take its place. You're relinquishing that control so that serendipity can take its place. And we have the Knight of Pentacles here in reverse, which is telling me that you guys are kind of, you guys are going in the opposite direction of like where you used to go. You guys are literally altering directions and you're kind of meeting this Death card here and you're saying like, okay, like fine, you can have it. Like I almost sense like it's like almost like he's carrying this pentacle and like he's meeting, they're like at a crossroads and he's like, okay, you killed everybody, but let me go. Like you can take you've taken everyone, I'll give you this pentacle in exchange, you know? And so I sense that a lot of you guys have been bargaining. You guys have been bargaining against this transformation. Like, it's almost like you guys are going through the stages of grief. And maybe some of you guys have been grieving. We have the World reversed. Maybe you guys have been grieving over something. And this can be like in a multitude of ways. Maybe a person or a situation or maybe a belief that you once had being shattered. And you guys are kind of like negotiating with it, trying to barter with it, trying to figure out how to get it to not, you know, end you. But it's going to end that old belief system that doesn't work for you. It's too restricting. It's too restricting for you, and you don't like it anymore. And your spirit is kind of just like, we're done. We're having this major transformation in August for you guys. This is a beautiful transformation. We have the World reversed, and this is kind of me seeing that you guys are saying like, your energy is kind of saying like, we're not quite there yet, but this is like the end of the road. This is where we're going. So you guys are sort of seeing the almost like the template for who you're going to be in August. This is a major transformation that's kind of going throughout the entirety of August. And there's going to be a lot of you guys trying to like deal with it and trying to figure out like what exactly you want to do, because a lot of you guys are going to be trying to fight this Death card, but Death, you know, listens to no one. I mean, in the, what is that movie? The Christmas Carol, technically Death does, you know, let Scrooge go. So you can fight the change if you really wanted to, if you're really not ready. But I'm seeing that August is the time for you. Spirit is saying like, it's time. Why would you want to hold back on this? And that's probably why this is like in reverse, because you're still figuring yourself out in August. And I feel like in August time, okay, we have the 8th house. We have the 8th house. Okay, this dropped out of the deck, but I thought this was in like a previous reading, and I just thought like it just fell from the previous reading, but then it just came out again like, no, like we got to read this one. So we have the 8th house, which deals with intimacy, but it's also about like secrets. It's like kind of like an occult house, like where there's lots of like, you know, energy of like, you know, maybe some dark revelations that are really cool. It even talks about the underworld. But I'm seeing for you guys, this has to do with you guys going deep down. This might just be a theme for August for some people, going deep down. And we have the Death card, of course, which correlates with the 8th house. You know, like there's a lot of Scorpio energy here. yeah, the 8th house deals with death. I don't even know. But that came out of the deck twice for you guys, the 8th house. So this has to do with really ending a cycle. This has to do with like a little bit of death here. And this is kind of like a rapid change for you, which is probably why you guys are kind of negotiating. This could be the death of bad habits too, because talking about like rigidity, but rigidity can be in a lot of different ways. So some of you guys might be rigid in certain ways where you're like, you have like a really uptight schedule and you feel like it's just not who you are anymore. And you want to have like, you don't want to wake up to an alarm anymore. You don't want to work from the office or something. You want to have like a more freeing life. You want to be more free, and you guys are shifting into that. But I'm sensing that for some of you guys, maybe it's the opposite, in the opposite direction, where essentially you guys are, what was I going to say? Oh yeah, you guys are probably experiencing the opposite, where it's like maybe you wake up at any time you want, maybe you eat whatever you want, maybe you do whatever you want, and you find that this is actually a rigid cycle you're in. You might feel like you're doing whatever you want, but the real reality of it is that you guys are, everyone is in a cycle. Everyone is in a repetitive cycle, because the universe, it's like the law of rhythm, right? In the universal law, it's like the universe likes repetition. And so that's how we are. We're habitual creatures, every single one of us. And we have Sagittarius, the Voyager here coming through. But yeah, we're habitual creatures. We're creatures of habit. And so you might think that you're being spontaneous, or that you're just, everything's out of, just because everything's out of order, that's not how, like you're just doing everything chaotically. Like, no, that's actually like a habit you're in, and something that's just making you feel restricted. And having bad habits, like, being late all the time might make you feel restricted, because you might feel as though you lose out on opportunities because like people, might see you as not being punctual. So whatever it is that's in your life, that's whatever paradigm you're in, and everyone's in their own paradigm, yours is being shifted. You might be reluctant to do so. Like maybe you don't want to wake up really early in the morning, but you just know that you have to make your life better, to achieve your goals, your end goal. And that's why there's like a little bit of struggle here, but I see you guys overcoming. Like this is an inevitable change for you guys if you want it. So we have Sagittarius, the Voyager. Yeah, you guys are really going places. I see a major transformation. You guys might be actually traveling, and this is actually what inspires you to change. This might be a new move that puts you in a different environment, and that's why it feels like this has been thrust upon you in August, because you might be put into another environment where suddenly it becomes easy to change. This change might not be difficult, by the way. You might just feel like, oh man, like it's such a beautiful day. I want to experience it. I'm going to wake up early. This could be a very peaceful change I'm seeing, because we have serendipity here. Let's not forget that. This is about you embracing the divine feminine in August. So the change I'm seeing here, like don't let the death card and the 8th house fool you. Like this is actually like a beautiful change. And so some of you guys that might be reluctant to this beautiful change, it just might be because some of you guys might not feel like you deserve good things, but it's happening for you. Lots of good events are happening, lots of good luck. You guys might be going on a trip here soon. Might go horseback riding, so I'm seeing like this horse everywhere. You guys might be doing a lot of fun things, but this is a great month for you guys to be transforming into the person you really want to be. And lots of good things happening consecutively. Like this is a great month for you. Like as far as like fun, like there might just be a lot of fun activities with Sagittarius Voyage. It deals with like, enthusiasm. It says philosophical. Yeah, Sagittarius often does have to deal with, philosophical knowledge and learning a lot of different things because of Jupiter. And you might be really interested in learning different things that might help you, like maybe some self-help is going to kind of boost you there. I'm open to love in various forms. This came through for another group as well. Yeah, this is about allowing the serendipity to take place, just allow things to work out for you. Allow things to just be beautiful like that. Allow the change. This is about allowing the change, because the resistance you might be facing, it's just the old habits. It's not really you. It's more so like you want this change. So just take it for what it is. Allow it to be. you know? Okay, so we have I am forgiving. Okay, so this might also be another thing. Maybe you guys weren't so forgiving in the past. Maybe there was a situation where someone harmed you or did something and it was really hard for you to let it go before, and now that's ending. Like, you've been wanting this forgiveness and it's finally coming. Like, maybe you couldn't forgive and you were like, man, I wish I wanted to forgive. This also came through for you. I spread joy. Yeah, you guys are transforming into your highest version right now. You guys are really feeling the sense of that. Like, this world in reverse is like showing you like a little taste of what it's like to be your highest self, and you're starting to get there. You're starting to feel it. And so I'm also sensing just like a lot of good luck happening, just a lot of fun events. It's still summer for you guys right now. If you're watching this in August 2021, it's still summertime. So I'm seeing a lot of summer activities may be occurring as well, but just happy month for you. A happy month where you're just feeling free. You're in your divine feminine energy, whether you're male, female, whatever, it doesn't matter. Like, you guys are just going to be having a lot of fun and digging deep and finding that true loving spirit within. Okay, so that's what I'm seeing for you guys. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, please be sure to like it, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye. Hi, group 5. Let's begin your reading. You guys chose this pile, which has the bumblebee jasper. All right, so this deals with pollination, willpower, new ideas. Okay, so you guys are going to be pollinating the world with some new ideas. Okay, something you've been working on. The stone gives off a fighting spirit, having been formed in a volcano. That's interesting. Facts. Okay, this deals with Leo's sun as well. So that makes sense with willpower and like the solar plexus energy coming through. So I'm sensing a lot of confidence in August. Easy, breezy confidence, okay? We have the minstrel. Let your intentions be known. Yeah, confidence. So I'm sensing that a lot of you guys are just going to be taking whatever it is that you want in this life in August. You're just kind of just taking things. And you realize that there's actually nothing limiting you but you. You guys might be thinking, oh, there's nothing I can do right now, or like if I want to achieve my goals, but not in August. If that's the case, like, you know, in August, it's really about taking charge because the energies are all here for it. So whenever you're watching this is like saying like the energies are ripe for you right now to just step into your confidence and take what is yours. Take what is yours. Email that person. Like, I'm getting like this example of like a major industry. Let's say there's a major industry and people write tons of articles about this major industry, and they talk about how you get into this, how you break into this industry, and it's so exclusive, it's so hard to get into this industry. But for you might hear a lot of people saying like you have to do this and this for like this many years, or you have to like do all of this stuff. This card and like these two cards are saying like, okay, you don't actually have to do that. That's like nothing, that's like not for you. You know, it's not really for you to do that. It's time for you to step up to the plate and not listen to what people are telling you right now. Because I'm sensing that a lot of people may have led you astray. Ah, that's so funny. We have the, okay. I'm sweating, so this Ace of Pentacles was sticking to my sticky hand. It's just like, it's so hot in here, guys. We have this Ace of Pentacles reversed. Yeah. But the card that came out was this Fool. But I only brought this one out because it was sticking to my hand. But this one, this Fool in reverse is saying like, yeah, don't listen to what people are telling you. Don't listen to those people that are telling you all this stuff. They might be really well-intentioned. They might know a lot, but you're you. You're not anyone else. Your experience isn't the same experience as everyone else. Like, if you look up like an actor or like a musician, if you look up any artist, right? And those are kind of exclusive industries, being an artist. If you look up their life experience, if you look up how they made it to where they are today, you will never find like an exact replica of the same exact story. You might find some similar stories, but oftentimes you'll find that people have had different trajectories on their way up. And so for you guys, I'm seeing get rid of that middleman. We have the Hanged Man. Yes. So you guys have been like waiting for too long. You guys have like kind of like in recent times, I feel like you guys have like waited for things to happen and observed, and that's fine. Maybe you've taken some information and it's really helpful, but Spirit is saying like, can you stop? Like, let's not wait in August. Let's not do this waiting thing. It's about seizing the moment and stop looking in the direction that everyone else is looking in. I'm just seeing you kind of looking away from so many opportunities here with the Pentacles, Ace of Pentacles in reverse and the Fool card. It's saying like there have been opportunities that you could have seized in the past that you didn't, because maybe someone told you, okay, you have to jump through these hoops for like, or you have to do this thing for like 10 years, but like maybe you can get into that program just by asking someone and writing like a really passionate letter, letting them know like how beneficial you'll be to their program or something. This is the message that's coming through in August. Like when you do this in August, like there's like a vibe here, like whenever you're watching this, that if you let your intentions be known, if you walk with confidence like you're supposed to be there, it'll all work out for you. Okay, we have the Five of Pentacles and the Strength card. That's interesting that this card came out for another group, but in reverse. But we have the Five of Pentacles, and I'm just sent in the Strength card, followed by the Strength. And I feel like that's like really telling. You guys don't have to struggle like this. There's kind of like I see a narrative happening in your head for a while. Like there's kind of like this a lot of thought in your head, and it's time to just kind of relinquish that thought with this Hanged Man here, and just kind of like observe how you've been thinking about things, because you don't have to struggle like this. Spirit is saying you don't have to struggle like this. You don't have to be struggling. You can overcome this, and that's what's happening in August, right? And it's also like Leo season in August, right? I don't know. Is it? Yeah, it is, and it is. I think in Western and Sidereal Vedic astrology. So this might be a time for some of you guys, Leos. I didn't mention that in the other group, actually, I forgot. But what I'm trying to say here for you is that you guys don't have to struggle like this anymore. If you guys have been like listening to people saying like, okay, like if you want to get into this major, then you have to do all this. It's like, maybe you just cut out the middleman. Like, don't listen to these people that are telling you to do all these extra steps. It doesn't have to be that hard. Like the Five of Pentacles, it doesn't have to be that hard. It really doesn't. Spirit is saying it's that simple. Just think about it. Just take a moment to think about it. Like, what you're you. They're them and you're you. Whoever you're listening to, or if you've been listening to anyone, if you've watched people talking about something on like online, you've read articles and people are saying like, if you want to be a yoga teacher, you have to do all this kind of stuff. And that doesn't mean like skip like if you need certificates or something like that, it doesn't mean that. But like if you feel like there are a lot of steps between you and what your goal is, and you feel like it doesn't need to be there, and you don't mind taking those steps, I'm just saying, I'm seeing like you guys being able to jump through hoops this month. Like you guys are kind of able to get away with murder this month. Oh, and it also says Leo here. So some of you guys might be Leos. Leo sun, the bumblebee Jasper. Yeah, or maybe you guys are stepping into that energy of the Leo energy, which is stepping into confidence, respecting like your energy and understanding that you're not like everyone else. Like some people might be on their trajectory, but you're on yours and you're different. Yeah, I'm here saying it, you're different, okay? We have third house perception, absolutely. How you perceive yourself is everything. Like, don't let anyone else's ideas about things hold you back. They might be well-intentioned, they might know a lot, but maybe, like, let's say you want, like, to be in a museum. Like, let's say you want your art to be in a museum, right? And you're a painter, and someone's saying like, oh, you have to, you've had to have been in a like to get into this particular gallery. I don't know how it works, guys. I don't know how it works, but what if someone is like, in order to get into this particular gallery, it's such a big gallery, you need to have been in 10 other galleries before then, because that means you're not well known enough if you don't go to these other galleries. And someone's telling you all this information about how to get into this very exclusive gallery, because maybe you need to have been in several other galleries or done several art walks or something like that. in order to get into that major gallery in your town. This is saying, like, put your shoes on, put your shoes on, get your boombox, and walk over to that gallery and ask that gallerist if you can appear in their show. Have your portfolio ready. Like, this doesn't mean don't do the work. This isn't saying, like, don't do the work. The work gives you the confidence. You are you. You have what it takes. Spirit is saying you have what it takes. Like, this Leo energy is saying, like, you have what it takes. You're like the center of attention. You've got it all. So you are you. Walk over to that gallery. I don't care. Like, your work is good. Like, people have told you how amazing your work is. Maybe you haven't been to 10 million galleries or been in a bunch of art walks. Maybe people don't know who you are. Maybe people don't know who you are at all. But you guys are, in this moment in August, really exalted. We have, like, it's Leo season. We've got like 3 Leo cards. This is all about your personal willpower, your confidence in yourselves, and speaking your mind. It says speech here. It says speech, thoughts, social media, excursions, and then it has let your intentions be known here. So some of you guys might be musicians as well. With this minstrel, you guys might be musicians, some kind of artist, some type of creative person. You may be, maybe not. Maybe you're like a business person. You want to pitch something. But in August, whatever you put yourself out with, and you jump over those borders, you break those laws of man, whatever you do that's really gutsy, when you believe in yourself, when you perceive yourself as the best in this moment, like, this is saying, like, adopt that feeling of being the best at what you are. Tell yourself that you're the best. Say, I am like the best, or say some affirmation that puts you in that feeling of being super confident. I am confident, something like that. And step over those barriers with your boombox in hand. Is this a boombox? It's not even a boombox. It's like is it? Maybe it is. You guys let me know. I can't, for some reason, it's not like focusing. Let me focus it. Yeah, it's like, maybe it's a boombox. I think it looks like a lock, actually, like a safe, but it looks like a boombox a little bit. So anyway, this is kind of what Spirit is saying. Like, and then we have this graffiti, which again says, like, when I see graffiti here, it makes me think, break the rules. I don't know why. And it says street life, research. Yeah, like, do your research. Be prepared. Like, don't just, I'm not saying go carelessly forward. That's not what I'm saying at all. This is saying, like, you have what it takes. So prepare that beautiful portfolio, put your best foot forward, and jump over those hoops. Like, makes me think of this manga that I love. It's like my favorite manga. If you guys read manga, like, awesome. If you don't read manga, you should start. It's called Skip Beat, like a heart skipping a beat. It's called Skip Beat. There's even an anime that was made, and there's actually a Japanese drama that was made. But they only did 1 season of each, and it's like, that's such a shame. Like, you guys just cut off the show. But anyway, the manga, I've read the manga, and I've read it in its entirety. It's still ongoing. It's been ongoing for years, and it's going to be like so many years before it's over. This girl wants to break into the acting industry, and she basically breaks all of the rules. She jumps through all of the hoops, and she makes it happen for herself. And there have been people that have been working for so long, but because she was feisty and she was like, I must do this, she like conquers it. You know, she makes sure that she achieves that goal. But yeah, this is about breaking the rules to get what you want. And it's not like you're, hurting anyone. I'm actually thinking of this story by about Neil Gaiman. I don't know if you guys know who Neil Gaiman is. He wrote Coraline, he wrote American Gods, he wrote Good Omens, and all of those things have been turned into TV film productions, and you guys have probably heard of them. And he's written Stardust. You've seen the movie Stardust. He wrote that. He's written like a lot of stuff, and I think he's like one of the most famous people that a lot of people haven't heard of. But Neil Gaiman told this story about how he basically gave himself the edge right away. Like, he's so big today and he's so successful. And what he did is he wanted to be a writer. So he applied for this really like prestigious newspaper, like this really prestigious newspaper for like this really cool job. I think it was like interviewing writers. It was like his dream job at the time that would kind of boost his entire career. He knew he was capable. He knew he was capable of achieving his goals, his dreams. And he knew that he was already at the level that he needed to be in order to get that, which is why he probably did this, because he applied for like this major newspaper having absolutely no accolades, no experience, right? I think he had like barely any experience, or like the experience he had was just not up to par with this major magazine in his area. I think it was like a really famous magazine or newspaper. And he made a fake resume. He lied on his resume. He made a fake resume. We have Mars action coming through. Oh my God. Yes. And it says impulses. Act on those impulses. I'm like, I can't believe I'm encouraging you guys to do this, but yeah, Spirit is just saying it, like, just do it. Like, act on those desires. Be impulsive right now. Have courage. Courage deals with Leo and that willpower, all of this. Force. It's talking about forcing things to happen. Yes. Making things happen. Willpower, all of that. Okay. That's so awesome. Okay, let me finish the story. So he applies to this major journalism thing, and he makes this fake resume. He writes this like huge like resume with all these like accolades, and one of the accolades he puts is the competing newspaper. So the newspaper he was applying for had a competitor that was also a famous newspaper. So what he did is he applied to the newspaper he wanted, and he said that he worked at their competitor. And he put like all this like experience of working with their competitor. And so they hired him. And so on his resume, he put like a bunch of like newspapers he worked for, like a bunch of them. And so what he did is he got the job. And today he's very famous and very successful. But he also, I mean, to basically bypass like, you know, the guilt and like, you know, I guess, you know, being pure of heart and stuff, what he did, and this is something that you guys can do, is he promised that, you know, because he lied on his resume, that he was going to one day work at each of these publications so that it would one day be true. Because technically, all time is happening at the same time. And that actually brings me to another point. He wrote the Sandman novels too. There's like something called the Sandman. They're like these comics, these graphic novels. I don't know if you guys have heard of them. There's many volumes, but they won a lot of awards. And Sandman deals with a lot of metaphysical things. And when I've read Sandman, it's like I'm almost like not even impressed sometimes, because Neil Gaiman is obviously an occultist. I can tell that this guy is an occultist. Just read Sandman and you're like, yeah, this guy's an occultist. I mean, that's probably why he did this. But I think he kind of like had this loophole thing where he's like, okay, one day I'm going to do this. But I'm not saying you guys need to do that specifically. Although with resumes, I'm just going to put my own personal like opinion here. With resumes, you guys aren't really required to be that honest with your employers, because they're not that honest with you when they are telling you that you get like 20 minutes of break and then you find out you only have 5 minutes of break. Okay, just putting that out there. But this is talking about like, you know, you're capable. Okay, he knew he was capable of working at that newspaper. I can't remember if it's a journal, a newspaper, or a magazine. That's why I keep hesitating, by the way. I'm just going to say newspaper. He was confident that he was capable of working at the newspaper. And when he got the chance to interview, because he embellished on his resume, he made those lies on his resume, they thought he was capable too, because he wrote a good resume for one, probably wrote a great cover letter, interviewed very, very well. And obviously he was an amazing writer to have had like most of his books turned into movies and shows, right? So he knew he was capable. And in August, I feel like you guys are like able to do this. Like there's an opportunity that you really want, and you're going to jump through all of those loopholes. You guys are going to take some serious action here. And this is all about your perception, knowing who you are, making those affirmations, and taking that action. And this, again, it doesn't have to be you lying on a resume. This could just be you deciding to email the director, the president of the company directly, instead of like, you know, this is about making a bold move. And yes, you can prepare, you can think about, you know, if it's, you know, wise or not, but Spirit is saying be bold in August, okay? But yeah, there are a lot of things I can say. We have eye on our animals with reverence. Yeah, okay. This might be very relevant for some of you guys. Maybe you want to be a zoologist. I heard that's a pretty exclusive field, so maybe it's hard to get into that and you want to just get into it, be an animal trainer. This might have to do with, you know, allowing, you know, animals to comfort you when they walk by, talking to certain animals, spirits, animal totems. Might have to do with dealing with lions right now, cats. Looking at your animal totems and seeing how they persist through adversity, how they jump through hoops. Studying animals. Okay. Any last words from Spirit for you guys? You guys had an exciting reading. I am kind. Yeah. So another lesson from Neil Gaiman. I hope I get this right because I can't remember exactly, but I think he said there are 3 things that, in order to be successful, there are 3 things that you need. Well, I can't really remember what it was like, but it's like there are 3 things you can have, and 2 of them are necessary at any time. So choose 2 of the 3. So you can either be late. Sorry, you can either be on time, have a great personality, or do great work. You can have 2 of these things. So you can be do great work and then be on time, but you don't need to be kind, right? You can be kind and you can be on time. Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to flip off your cards, but and you can be really great at your work and be kind. You can have 2 of these things and be really successful. You only need 2. So you can be all 3, of course. Aim for all 3, but he's saying, like, if you're like really good at your job, you can totally be an asshole if you're also on time. And if you're on time and you're kind, people will kind of overlook if you're not doing a wonderful job. So this is all about charm as well. Be charming in August. I'm just seeing you guys being really charming. The Leo energy is strong for you guys. I'm sensing you guys might be Leos or just entering that energy of Leo. We're in Leo season, so the energy is around all of us, right? So yeah, this is so exciting, guys. This is really exciting. I think it's thrilling because the Mars action, Mars is forceful. This is like the god of war, right? Like he's not playing around. He's just like, he's not worried about what his competition is doing or what people say. He's just going to take his crown or whatever. So this is really exciting because I feel like you're kind of living on the edge. You know, you guys are kind of like breaking through the glass ceiling and kind of making things happen for you. You guys have been holding back for a really long time, so just use that as fuel. Think of that as like leftover momentum for August. Anyways, that was pretty cool, guys. I hope you guys have a great August. Let me know about it. Let me know what thing you're going to live dangerously through in August, okay? That's all I have for you guys, group number 5. I hope you enjoyed the reading, and if you did, please be sure to like this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.